Good afternoon, parents. As always, we'll wait for some time so that everybody gets to log in.
Darshana, unmute.
Yes. Sorry. Good afternoon, parents. I welcome you all for this second webinar in the series of availing concessions of boards. Last Sunday, we discussed about the SSE, the CBSE, the ICSE, and the IGCSE boards, and we looked into the concessions that were available to us, to our children. Today, we are going to talk in detail about Pratham and NIOS. So, to begin with, a brief on Forum for Autism. Forum for Autism is a parent support group set up in the year 2002. Saying this, we are almost 2 decades old now. The main aim and goal of the forum was autism awareness, empowering parents, advocating for the rights of persons with autism, advocating for the rights, mainly looking for concessions, helping in employment, and fighting against abuse. We also provide financial assistance to parents. FFA is a vibrant parent body. We have two libraries, one in Kolaba and Vashi, and have around 500 books available for parents. Any parent who want to avail the facility of a library, please get in contact with Priyanka. We have parent training workshops and seminars, and keeping the current scenario in mind, we have these webinars which have been constantly happening since June. We have a database of parents and professionals providing where these parents and professionals come out to help us in case of need, wherever required. We also provide sponsorship to unaffording families. Every year, we participate in the Mumbai Marathon in the Dream Run. The main idea for doing this is to create awareness. We have many young adults and adults who walk the Dream Run along with our cause ambassadors, Mr. Harsha Bhogle and Sanjeev Kapoor. Looking into some of the glimpses in the workshops that we had in the last year. This is a cultural event. A cultural event is a place where our young children and aspiring adults and singers and mimic artists, they come on stage and perform. This is one occasion where we were at Malad Masti on the streets celebrating the Disability Day in the month of December. A parent to parent workshop, similar to like webinar what we had last Sunday and even this Sunday. We have parents who are a part of the forum who have availed certain facilities or who have done something different with their children and have succeeded, and they come ahead and empower other parents with their knowledge and their experience. To be a part of forum, please connect with us through the phone number, email, and the website and Facebook page. I would also like to talk about ASK. ASK is an adult support kendra. It provides counseling facilities to people with disability, adults and children, and even to their caregivers. Any parent who would like to avail for this facility, please get in touch with Munira Pitalwala, whose number has been given on the screen. And you could also get in touch with Priyanka on the phone number of FFO. An appeal for donation. It would be really great if you come ahead and share about Forum, about the work that Forum does for our children, and could ask people, your friends, your office colleagues to donate. You can donate to United Way Mumbai. All the donations are eligible for tax exemptions. Our upcoming webinars. Next Sunday, we would be looking and meeting Sushma Nagarkar, who is a special educator, she's a clinical psychologist and also the one who started Arpan Cafe, the Arpan Dabba service, a vocational training, a new curriculum. So after the different boards, after we talk about mainstreaming and open schooling, we'll also look at something what we call as vocational training and how early can I start. So it's just not education with books, but it could be something else too. And again, we have our journey to set up a residential home for a person with autism. We'll be looking into Ananda. We'll have Mary Barua on screen on the 4th of October. So these are upcoming webinars. Saying this, let's talk about today's webinar. It's the 27th webinar, and the whole idea is we're going to talk about the preparing your child for the boards and availing the concessions. And here the boards that we're going to talk about is NIOS and Pratham. I would like to call the speakers, of whom many are my friends. To begin with, I would like to call Jaya Sudhakar. Jaya Sudhakar is a core group member. She is also a parent of an adult with autism who has cleared his 10th through SSC and his higher secondary and his senior secondary through NIOS. She is a parent who has initiated or worked really hard to avail these concessions. I believe, Jaya, you are the one who started the fight for availing concessions.
Darshana, that was in the Maharashtra State
Board. Yes, exactly. It's all.
It was
It was later. Yeah, but then that's
Jayashree,
how.
who is also in the panel.
Yes, yes.
Jaya
but
ma'am. But I was with her throughout the
throughout.
journey.
You were the one who initiated and you were a part of it.
Many others came pan-India.
Exactly.
Many other organizations.
Exactly. The next person I would like to call is Mrs. Jaya Rangarajan. Hello, ma'am.
Good afternoon, all.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. She's
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, ma'am. A monitoring committee member. She's a member of an FFA, a special educator, and an ex-principal of Sapling. Sapling has always been a helping hand to Forum because they have always helped us have our workshops and seminars, and it was always a pleasure coming over there because the whole ambience and the atmosphere was so welcoming and comfortable. I believe at times we've ended up coming with our children and even they were taken care of when we were attending the webinar. So thank you, ma'am, for always being there for the support.
Yeah.
Next, I would like to call another friend of mine, Vijayashree. Hi, Vijay. She is a parent of a teenager with autism who has cleared his, I believe, A, B, and C with Pratham. She is the one who initiated, or was, I will not say initiated because each one of them feel offended when I say initiated. They were totally shoulder to shoulder with each other when they were getting the rights for NIOS, right, Vijay?
Yeah, you were also with me.
Yeah, we all were there together, yes. But then there are many of you all who really go ahead and put in a lot of hard work. So thank you for being there. Thank you for coming out and accumulating all the information and helping us put it in one go and coming out and saying things and telling things to the parents. Thank you for being there. Yeah. Last but not the least, Benaifer. Benaifer is a parent of an adult with autism. She's a special educator and a principal with Asmita. And I have very fond memories of Benaifer. I think I'll never forget that the place and the day how we met. You know, that was the most funniest incident of my life. Saying that, I would like to have all the panelists on the screen, please. Each one of you all, thank you very much for being here and sharing your information, your knowledge, and helping us accumulate all the data that we tried to put in together. So to begin with, I would want to ask a question, Jaya ma'am. what is NIOS? It's always very easily recommended to our children with autism or easily recommended to people on the disability. Why is it so? And when I say NIOS, I think many parents have this question as to how good it is or what are the pros and cons. So I would like you to start with telling us about it.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope all of you are safe in these times and continue to remain safe. See, the NIOS is, it's popularly called NIOS, but the full form is the National Institute of Open Schooling, set up in the late 80s to cater mainly to the socially, economically disadvantaged and also those who were vocationally disadvantaged in terms of where there were no schools, like hilly areas or remote locations and things like that. And our experience at Sapling has been since inception. Our students have been doing the NIOS, and my personal experience with the NIOS has been for over 2 decades. And all the changes I've seen in these 2 decades has been only positive, especially for those with disabilities. Uh, it is basically, as its name suggests, an open schooling system, which means a child need not attend school to get the certification, which I think, as Darshana mentioned, is at 5 levels. That is the A, B, C level, which is equivalent to the third, the fifth, and the eighth. And then, of course, the secondary, which is the 10th, and the senior secondary, which is the 12th. And if you have gone through the national education policy, which was just about passed last month and which will be implemented from next year, the educational, the NEP also talks about certification now at the 5th standard and the 7th or the 8th standard. So this NIOS has always had that, which means one could only go to up to the 5th level or straight away go to the 10th level. So in terms of flexibility, especially for those who are disadvantaged, it is a very, very good option. Another very big advantage of the NIOS is that, of course, it offers a lot of vocational subjects. Again, the eligibility at various levels. For instance, after standard 8, one could go in for a baking and confectionery vocational. Post 10th, one could do only catering management. Post 12th, one could do something like creche management. You know, the various options which are available on the website, which all of you would probably come to know through the course of this webinar. We have always advocated NIOS in our school, which unfortunately no longer exists. The school was shut down 3 years ago because of its flexibility in terms of the choice of subject and the scheme of examination, which again we would be talking about a little later in the day. When I talk about the advantages, I should also talk about the disadvantages. One is that it is looked down upon. It is not as prestigious compared to the international or the CBSE or the ICSE or the state board. Especially in the state of Maharashtra, it comes last in its value. And college admissions becomes a little difficult post NIOS, which I think Benefer would know quite well. She would be able to talk more on that later. And there's a lot of misconception that this is only for special needs children, but it is not. It is like open.
Ma'am, we can't hear you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah. No, I think again it's not audible. No. I think you.
Yeah.
This is better.
This is okay.
Yeah, this is better. Yeah.
Since when did you stop hearing me? Because I've been going on.
It's from the moment you stopped, I stopped you. So nothing.
Okay, fine. Sure. Then that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying, the curriculum is definitely not a cakewalk. And it is quite difficult. It is based on the NCERT and the National Curriculum Framework, of course. But as I said earlier, it's a very interesting curriculum. I mean, it's a very interesting, very practical oriented curriculum. And as I said earlier, the biggest advantage is the choice of subject, flexibility in choice of subjects and scheme of examination, in being able to combine a vocational subject with an academic subject. That is, I think, the biggest advantage. And of course, the concessions it offers, which I think other boards also do. I mean, in terms of concessions, most boards are on par with the NIOS. So I wouldn't ask any parent of special needs to choose NIOS just because of the concessions. Go for it if you're convinced about it. Also have your future plan in mind when you're going for it as to what it is that you would like your child to do. Over to you, Darshana.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really, I think, precisely well informed. So, saying this, I think I would like to ask Vijayashri now. We'll start with the Pratham board. Like, being the Pratham is the initial before we really go into the secondary and the higher secondary education. We have most of our children doing the Pratham ABC. So, I think Vijayashri, could you please tell us in detail about what Pratham is, what are the levels, and take us through it.
Yeah,
Over to
thank
you,
you.
Vijay. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Darshana. Yeah, I'll share my screen. You're able to see my screen, is it?
Yes. Very
So,
clear.
like when we start education, we start at the base level of, first, third, fifth and all. So, National Institute of Open Schooling has the Open Basic Education, which is for the younger children. So, it's called OBE. And the advantage of it is you can learn from anywhere and you can learn at your own pace. Okay, it's valid for 5 years, the registration. If you see here, this is the flow of OBE. There are two groups of children who can register for OBE, children or adults also. The children below 14 years and the people above 14 years as well as the adults. For children below 14 years, there's a minimum age, like for level A, which is equivalent to third standard, 7+ years, child can register for level A. Then comes the level B, which is 9+ years, and then the level C, which is minimum age is 12 years. When I say minimum age, there is only a minimum age, there is no max age. So any child above these minimum ages can register for any level. An important thing is you don't need to start with level A. If you feel your child is good enough for level B or level C, you can directly go for it. So there is nothing like you have to finish level A first, then level B, level C. It is recommended if you feel the child is young enough, you can go through all the levels or you can directly go to any level also. Or if the child is above 14 years, you can even directly go for the secondary course, which is a 10th standard. Only thing for the senior secondary, the secondary course is mandatory. So till secondary course, as such, there is no educational criteria required. The age criteria is there. The minimum age criteria is there. And even the adults who were not able to finish their studies, they can also go for NIOS and OB, Open Basic Education. And of course, they can directly go for the vocational courses also. So this is the minimum age criteria as on March 31st of that year. Level A 7+ years, level B 9+, and level C 12+. And the registration charges are very nominal. It is 300 for the registration plus 50 service charge for level A. For level B, it is again 500 plus 50 service, and level C it is 800 plus 50 for the service charges. And the registration is valid for 5 years. So once you register, you can complete in a span of 5 years all the subjects. And now recently they have done the registration on the online NIOS portal. The registration is very similar to how you do your 10th. Basically you choose the subjects, you choose your place, then you you give your details, basic details, and then the subject, and then you upload all your relevant documents, and then finally review and do the payment. So because of this, it's become very streamlined, though right now, some data, there might be some, because this is in the initial phases, there might be some data mismatch or something which you can always work out with your accredited agency or AA of your center for your OB. The study material, for the Pratham, for the OBE, in Maharashtra it is Pratham, for other states it could be any other agency. They are called the accredited agency. Okay, and they give the study material themselves, and there are for few subjects like EVS, computer and all, there is study material on the NIOS website also. And in Maharashtra, Pratham is basically the head office is in Mumbai, And there's a contact person, Aniket, which I've given the detail later on. Once you mail him, he will send you the past question papers also. And then there is an internal marks of 20 for each subject. That is, the school or the center who is teaching the Pratham or OB subject, they have to conduct 3 internal tests throughout the year, and they have to give those internal marks to the OB accredited agency. They can either do an average, I think now they have made it an average of both the unit tests. So that mark will be added to your total in your final exam. So the exam will be only for 80 marks and 20 marks will be the internal marks. And then finally, when you clear all the subjects of that level, you get the mark sheet and certificate given jointly by the OBE or Pratham and NIOS. If it is some other state, that particular accredited agency and NIOS will issue a joint certificate. The subjects for level A, there are 4, and level B 4, and for level C 5 subjects. The subjects, as Jaya ma'am very rightly said, they are very interesting subjects. Language, one language is compulsory. Academic subjects, any 2, EVS, maths, or basic computer skills. And there is a pre-occasional subject, which is an interesting part for children who are more interested in the occasional and practical learning things. You can have the kitchen skills. You can have these occasional subjects, beauty, culture, bakery, soft skills, gardening. These subjects are also there in the, even from the base level, we can start teaching them all these, and they will definitely enjoy it. And for level B, again, the same kind of subjects. Yeah, it's the same actually. And for level C, academic subjects, there's one more extra subject you will have to take. You have science, social science, maths, and basic computer skills. Other than that, in vocational, you have more subjects in level C. Actually, level C becomes very interesting because when I was teaching Aditya, the level C was the best subjects I liked because they were so occasional and there was a lot of practical involved, and you get a lot of marks through practicals. And so even if the child is not so much interested in writing and rote learning, if they are good in practicals, they will be able to easily clear, and their knowledge also improves, the working knowledge improves. And concessions, whatever concessions are given by NIOS, they are applicable to OBE also, all the concessions. You have to get a disability certificate from a government hospital, and nowadays there are more hospitals providing the certificate. And generally in Mumbai, the concessions for the particular child are also given on the certificate, like whether the child requires a reader, writer, calculator, etc. So if you feel your child will need these things, so please try to get everything in writing in the disability certificate itself. There will be an assessment done by the person who is issuing the disability certificate, and if they feel that the child really needs these concessions, then they put it on to the disability certificate. And the OBE generally checks this disability certificate based on which they agree for the concessions. Of course, this varies with different places. I think in Kolkata, they don't need to put all these things in the certificate. Maybe they just have the disability certificate, and then afterwards, while applying for the exam, that time they mention the concessions. So you have to get in touch with your agency, accredited agency, when you apply for your exam. Yeah, if you need an adult reader or writer, then you would need to be an RCA certified adult reader or writer. The person has to be RCA certified, and the documents of the adult reader writer should have to be submitted in advance to Pratham. If it's a younger writer, then it has to be 1 class lower, and if it's an adult, then the person has to be RCA certified. This year, due to the pandemic, the actual exam could not happen face to face. So there was an online assessment app which was installed on the phone. In July 2020, this happened, which was a good move because at least they didn't have to risk going out and giving the exam. So, and due to connectivity issues, in case there were any issues, the answers were always saved in the app. So the children and the supervisors need not worry about data getting lost. And they had 3 hours for the whole exam. And initially when they start the paper, they had to upload a picture of the student and the supervisor. And the whole process was recorded when the child was giving the answer. They have to write down the answer, take a picture of it, and then upload in the app. It was like that. And they had given some mock papers also for practice. So these are the Pratham contact details. It is in Vaidya Chavan Center in Mumbai. and the head is Ms. Sunita Welling, and the contact person is Mr. Aniket Kambli. They are all really helpful, and I feel that they are very supportive also. That's what, yeah. And for other locations in Kolkata, you have Manovikas Kendra and IICP, Indian Institute of Cerebral Palsy. So suppose if you are not in Maharashtra or Mumbai, you can go to the NIOS link which I have given over here. In this, there is a link for locate study centers. So you can give your location, whichever location you are in, and then you can see what are the study centers or accredited agencies available for OBE in your place, and accordingly you can register. So this link is very useful. It has all the study materials, all the information, registration details extra on this OBE.
Okay, thank you, Viji. Thank you so much. For all the parents who have been constantly typing on the chats, all the PPTs which are being displayed today are going to be emailed to all the parents who are attending the webinar. Secondly, I agree you all have a lot of questions, but I would really encourage you all to listen to the speaker, because all those questions which you all are writing are going to be answered once you finish seeing the PPTs. So don't worry, don't sit writing or jotting down everything. Focus completely on what the speaker has to say, because that is something very important. So all the information about Pratham which Viji has shown now will be mailed to you all. Again, what Banaifer is going to be showing on her PPT will be mailed to you all. Other than that, all basic information, whatever is needed, is going to be mailed to all the parents. And our humble request, please type your questions into the answer question section only, because it becomes easy for us to access. Chat, both the places, it becomes difficult. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vijay, for the information on Pratham, and we'll get back to you once we start with the answer questions. Banaifer, we'll go to the NIOS now. So assuming that we have cleared Pratham ABC, so what is NIOS secondary and higher secondary?
Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
A little louder, Banaifer. I believe you're
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll just share my screen. I'll be talking all about NIOS. Yeah. Okay. As Jaya ma'am has already said, NIOS is National Institute of Open Schooling. Anyone who has completed the age of 14 can register. The registration is done online. At the end of the last slide, you will get the website address. No prior schooling is necessary. It's very flexible. And even in Pratham, we do have, you can learn at your own pace. One of the reasons that I chose NIOS for my child was we could stagger the subjects. We did not need to give all the subjects at one go. That was my main plus point and my main criteria for choosing NIOS. So I think we took a period of 2.5 years to complete the whole process of 10th, and again 2 years for 12th. So we could just choose the subjects when we wanted. You have a variety of subject options to choose from. One subject at a time can be given. The registration is valid for 5 years, not too expensive. Once you register, the textbooks are sent through post, and we have online study materials. So you don't need to wait for the textbooks to come. You can go online, check out the material and start your studies. There is a facility for on demand. There is a separate process for that. That is very clearly explained on the website itself. And you can combine vocational with academic subjects too. In Mumbai, especially, we choose, you can choose a good study center. There are a list of study centers available on the website. Once you type in the state, then you can choose whichever one you feel. We do have a few who are sensitized to our children's needs, because for the practical exam, you have to go to the study center, especially. So that is the time the study center is really very helpful. Each subject, there is a TMA. They're called tutor marked assignments. It's something like the internal assignments that assessments we have in other boards. Some subjects like home science, computers, painting, they all have practicals also. So our children do score very nicely where, there are practicals in those subjects. I'll give you the bifurcation of marks also later. Now, these are the vocational subjects that are available in secondary for the 10th. There's typewriting, carpentry, bakery, welding technology, laundry, solar energy technician, and biogas. Uh, in this, over here, this just that we'll have to locate in which area you are and the study center, whether they have those options or no for vocational subjects. Theory subjects, all the study centers do it, but vocational, it is a little, there is a little slight problem, especially in Mumbai, because right now we have one for bakery only in Pune. So that's the closest, but fine. I think it's a work in progress right now. There are a lot of changes happening in NIOS for the past couple of years. These are the vocational subjects for senior secondary: typewriting, stenography, secretarial practice. And again, options are available. It can be Hindi, English, Urdu also in typewriting. We have food processing, front office, hotel front office operations, catering management is available for senior secondary. So all these are listed very, very clearly on the NIOS website. There's something called prospectus when you go on the website itself in front. So you can actually first just go through the whole prospectus, understand what NIOS is about, and then go about choosing your subjects. The concessions. Concessions are, you get a writer, and in certain cases, especially where the child is diagnosed with autism, there is a provision for an adult writer, provision for a reader, extra time, that is per hour 20 minutes extra. So if it's a 3-hour exam, I think you get around 1 hour over and above. So it is 20 minutes per hour. Separate sitting arrangements are there, use of a calculator, in certain cases use of laptop, but Jaya Sudhakar will explain to you how do we go about that. Maximum, and this is not just for autism, this is for visually impaired also. There's an additional 1 hour is given to visually impaired or differently abled persons. Then if there has been a sudden illness or an accident, there are relaxations for that. Disability wise relaxations are there for candidates with locomotor and visually and hearing impaired. The children with autism, multiple disability, cerebral palsy, slow learners, intellectual disability, all these are covered under your concessions. And most of the relaxations are available in theory examination only. For practicals, very few other relaxations are there. Now, how do we avail these concessions? You first need to get a disability certificate from a government certified hospital. So in Mumbai, it is Nair, Sion, JJ, KEM, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Cooper also has just recently been added. The concessions required need to be very clearly mentioned in the certificate itself. So if you want a writer, make sure it is mentioned in the certificate itself. Then, when a few weeks before the exam, you need to send these certificates along with whatever concessions you require with a handwritten letter to your regional office for approval. And in certain cases, I suggest please go physically there also. Like you need to, and if you have a writer, you need to send the details of the writer, the educational certificate, photo ID, a no objection certificate from the writer also. And if it's a younger writer, the bona fide certificate from the writer's school needs to be sent along with that on the principal of that school also writing that yes, he is allowed to be a writer. And this is by way of experience that all of us, we parents, have shared. Always keep another writer ready as a backup. Sometimes the dates change, the writer may fall sick. So it always helps if you have someone else as a backup. Have as many trial runs with the child, between the child and the writer, because your child needs to get used to that person and the writer also needs to get used to your child. So it's very beneficial. In Mumbai, we have a center at Ali Awarjang. It's called SAIED, Special Accredited Institute for Education of the Disadvantaged. This is a center specially for children with special needs. So it is available only for secondary exam. And if you register over here, the theory and the practicals are conducted at their place. So that's a plus point. You don't need to go anywhere else for your theory. It's done at the same place. Unfortunately, it's only till the 10th. They don't have for the 12th. as of now. TMA, your TMAs, once you register and you get your online study material you go through, you'll get your TMA. What are the TMA? Tutor marked assignments to be submitted. All the subjects should be submitted at one time at your study center, the TMAs. At the secondary level, we have a minimum of 33% it is required to pass. And at the 10th standard level, theory plus practical is taken together into account. I have a separate sheet where I've given the bifurcation. I'll share it after this PPT. Whereas at the senior secondary level, theory is separate and practical is separate. So your child needs to pass in theory also and needs to pass in practical also. Now, this is what is for your 10th standard. Supposing if the subject is English, it's 100 marks. Your theory is 80 and your TMA is 20. So same goes for English, economics, business studies, because there is no practical. But supposing for a subject like home science, we do have a practical also. So your theory is 68, TMA is 17, and your practical comes to 15, total is 100. So this is how the bifurcation of marks takes place. That is also available on the website. When you type out bifurcation of marks, you do get everything. Now this is the main website address, nios.ac.in. And for Mumbai, our regional center is Pune. These are the names of the contact people in Pune. Please continuously keep calling them. Just calling once and saying that they don't pick up does not help. You'll have to be very, very consistent. And I have shared a FAQ handbook with Priyanka. That same will be mailed to all of you, those who are registered for this webinar. I'll just share the the bifurcation of marks. 1 minute. This is what we had done in our school. Now, supposing it is for the 12th, where it is without practical, the full marks in theory are 80 and TMA is 20. So for the passing for that is 26. In your theory, you need to get minimum 26 to pass, and TMA is in the hands of your study center. So between 0 to 20. So your total should always come to 33 if you need to pass. The same thing is with your practical. Supposing like a subject like mass comm or home science in 12th. Again, in theory, you need to get 22 minimum, 7 for your practical, and TMA is 0 to 16. So this is the whole bifurcation. We can share it with you all. It is a part. Same for the 10th. And here in 12th, they're very clear that you need to pass in practical and you need to pass in theory also. So that is the only change between your secondary and your senior secondary. And I think you need to be I think I forgot to mention to come for senior secondary. Yes, you need to be at minimum age is 15 years to register. For secondary, it is 14. I think I've covered most of the things about NIOS, Darshana.
Yes. So that was completely looking into NIOS and Pratham.
Yes.
And saying this, I believe the parents have understood what both the things are. So we are going to open for questions. To begin with, I'll be taking the questions which had already reached us, right? And all four of you all, the three of you all, anyone can just start taking the question. So to begin with, I believe there was one question which really sounded interesting is, how is Pratham and NIOS associated, or why do we connect them? Like, is it necessary that Pratham, yes, Jaya ma'am?
Yeah, I answered it, I think, in the chat. But see, Pratham is an accredited agency which has been appointed by the NIOS to conduct exams for the A, B, and C levels. So the certification is given by Pratham and NIOS jointly. You register with Pratham, which sends the forms to the NIOS. So it is just an agency, whereas the NIOS is an autonomous institution set up under the government. Pratham is an NGO, which is a pan-India NGO. One of the agencies, like Pratham, you have Jai Vakil in Bombay, and then you also have, I think, in Thane, there's an institution, Ma Sharada Vidyashram, if I'm not, if they still run it, they used to do it. So similarly, in other states, there might be other agencies. So for those who want a study center for OBE in your own state, go to the NIOS website and look under study centers for OBE. Over to you, Darshana.
Yeah, so I think basically before NIOS, if the basic education, if the parent wants the child to clear, so that Pratham in Mumbai, Pratham or
Right.
they
Pratham is
act as
widely,
the
yes,
initial
Pratham is
years of
widely used,
education,
yes.
right? So if I'm going to, in a layman languages, the preschools and everything, so till third standard we have the A, B, C, so till 10th, a basic prep goes, preparing the child for academics and the whole process of appearing for the secondary and higher secondary, right? Okay. Saying that, we'll start.
Darshana, just a
Yes.
sec, sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add one thing to what Binayfar's wonderful presentation, including the marks, by the way, that there has to be a gap of 2 years between the 10th and the
And the
12th.
12th.
Many parents think that, post 10th, 1 year and 5 subjects. No, there has to be a minimum gap of 2 years between the 10th and the 12th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, I think I'll open this question to Banaifa. What is the age up to which a child can appear for 12th board exams? That is the senior secondary.
There is no upper age limit. It's the minimum age is 15. Upper is anything.
15, right?
Yeah, 15. 15.
Okay.
So minimum is 15. Upper age is, there's no upper age limit at all.
So I think for the basically he also has to have a secondary, that is a 10th
Yes.
NIOS,
Yes.
and he has to be 15 years,
He
right?
has to have a 10th standard certificate. It can be from any board. If he has to apply for the senior secondary NIOS, you have to have a 10th standard certificate.
Okay, this
And-
question is, this question is coming from a professional. It's regarding secondary level NIOS Marathi medium. So as a professional, how can we guide and help the parents and the children for successful admission and completion of NIOS board through Marathi medium?
NIOS does offer in Marathi medium. The Sadafulli school in Kandigali has a Marathi medium. Unfortunately, in Bombay now, a lot of the institutions offering NIOS have closed down. Again, I would say that they should check the website and get the details from there. Yes, get the
for
information
Marathi.
from there for Marathi.
But then rest of the rules and regulations remain the
Or
same.
everything remains the same. All the other things remain the same. And one more thing which I wanted to say is that even a student who has failed to clear the boards from some other board like the state board or the ICSE or the CBSE can transfer the credit for the subjects passed to the NIOS. I think he or she can transfer 3 subjects which he has passed from some other board and appear only for 2 subjects from NIOS and still get a 10th standard certificate. Or a 12th, whatever it may be.
Okay. Vijay, this is for-
Darshana, one more
Yes.
thing, just to add on to the same question.
yes.
I believe for Marathi medium, the question paper is in Hindi. The answer can be given in Marathi.
Okay.
This is what one parent had told me long time back. So I think that can be checked out later.
Okay. But then in that case, the person might need a reader to read the
Yes,
question and
yes.
explain it to the child in the
Yes,
language.
this is
Okay. Vijay, to you, it's regarding Pratham. If a child has cleared B level, can he go to NIOS 10th without directly clearing the C level? I think you've already told in the PPT, but just tell in brief again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that is the main flexibility of the system, that there is no entry study level criteria. You either need a certificate of 8th pass, or you can give your own self certificate saying that you are passed. Your child is of the level of 8th standard. So the self certificate will also do. So for giving 10th, you don't need to clear level 3 of Pratham or of any class. Yeah, you don't need as such any. You don't need to clear.
Okay, now I think this question is open to anyone who would. I would rather say Banaifer or Jaya ma'am. From which age or from which standard we should prepare our child for NIOS?
Vanessa, would you like to take that on as a parent as well?
Oh, see actually there's no age specific, but yes, you can just in NIOS, one thing is there a lot of there's a big volume to study. So slowly, gradually increase once you start preparing on that, especially build the language skill, because English will be one of the main subjects. that is what I started as a parent. We started building on his English language skills, reading also, because it is too vast. So there's no particular age per se, but yes, maybe 10, maybe 10 years, you start building. Because once he reaches the age of 14, then we can register and start. But 10, 11, you can slowly start building on those skills. You can understand whether your child will be able to do maths, whether he'll be able to do a language. So you build on that. And that's why Pratham, this ABC level comes in handy, because you do get a lot of English. You build on the English language, you build on your EVS, on your computer skills. So yeah, I feel 10, 11 years.
I would
basic-
agree with that. I would go with what Benifar has said. I think very often at 6 and 7, parents have come and said, okay, I want to put him or her in an NIOS school. I would say no. I mean, continue in the mainstream if possible, or in another special school. And if they would like to try, they could definitely go for the OBE. But around 12 or 13, 1 or 2 years before they register is when they can actually start learning from the NIOS textbook.
Yes.
Slowly.
Yeah, correct.
the comprehension part, I believe the English, and gradually
Right.
that
And
get
even the
added.
home science. Even
the home
science.
sciences,
Yeah.
yes, depending upon the child's
Right.
interest again.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Which is the best board and easiest to get concessions? Again to Benifar, Jaya Sudhakar, and Jaya ma'am.
Okay, for quite a few years, my son was in an ICSE school, and I was running from pillar to post to just move along in those schools, and nothing was happening. And it took me quite a few years as a parent to realize, yes, my son is not meant for the so-called normal school. I need to push him into something special. So maybe that realization will come to a parent at its own. It cannot be forced upon. You will realize it as a parent, and you will take that step. And once I took that step, I went about looking at, I realized that I cannot teach him. This was cannot appear for 6 subjects in one shot.
One shot. That's
That
the
was-
most
He
difficult.
didn't need a writer. He doesn't need a writer. He does not need a reader. He just may take a little time. He will answer everything on his own. So once I ease the pressure, so my decision to choose an iOS was only this, that I could give which subject I wanted at whatever time. So that depending on your child, depending on the issues that you're facing, all boards do give concessions. It's just we need to see which is more flexible and suitable for us. So all the other boards, I think you have no choice. You have to give all the subjects in one go. Whereas here in NIOS, once you get, we took, as I earlier said, 2.5 years to complete 10th. And when we got the certificate, nobody knows that, okay, he took so long. He gave once in English, once one home science, 2 computers and painting. All comes together. So that's the beauty of NIOS according to me. And I feel, yeah.
Jaya Sudhakar,
Yes, I would agree with
yeah, but I
yeah.
also want to know a bit about your experience as a parent,
Yeah.
because each one of us has a different story to tell. Like even I will have my bit of way of get crashing into NIOS, like I always say. But Jaya, I would like to know yours.
Yes.
With Sid, yeah.
Yeah. With my son, he was mainstreamed till 10th standard, and he appeared through the state board, Maharashtra State Board, and he got the provisions for appearing in the state board. And then he switched to NIOS in the senior secondary level. So, so the main reason was, now what I would like to tell this parent is that you go by the flow, let learning be a joyful experience by itself. And then your child will start showing, what his interests are, what he is good at, and what are the difficulties. And as Benifar said, all boards do show their, offer the provisions and all. So then we get to choose what is best for our child. So in our case, he had started showing a lot of affinity towards the computer right from a very young age. So around that age, we came to know that a career in computer would be best for him, So since NIS offered, he took in data entry and computer science and all, and it helped, and the staggering of subjects also, it helped him to pursue his swimming and music and all alongside the keyboard he plays. So that helped him for his graduation in BCA, you know. So that was a reason for choosing this. So, I would go with Benaifer and say that, you know, you go by the flow, and your child will lead you on to decide, you know, what is needed, which all will come to you at a later stage. That
Yes.
would be my answer. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, Jaya ma'am.
Yeah, I would say again what I said in the introduction. Do not go by the concessions. Do not choose a board based on the concessions, because today the concessions are available, tomorrow the rules may change.
Change.
Yes.
Very
So
true.
go by what you think your child is good for your child, or what your child can do.
Okay, nee, that's very truly said. Like, I like the last, what your child can do. So I believe parents should not prepare the child for the concessions. Let the
Yes.
child grow, and looking at where is needed, give the concessions.
And as FFA has shown, concessions come when you strive for it. So
Yes, it does happen
does
though. But
happen.
then but then if it is needed, it shouldn't be just thrown. Excess of water and food is also not good. Yeah, so you use it when you need it. Saying that, Benaifa, there's a good question which I personally like, and the whole idea behind this talk or this webinar is, concessions, are they actually given at centers? Having them on paper and having them on reality, what is the bridge that you as parents have built, and what struggle was it? How successful? How what it is? Like, I would open it for Jaya, Viji, and Banai, for all three of you all, if you could share your information, your part of experience. So let's start with Banai.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, over in NIOS, my experience has been it all depends on the study center. So the 10th standard went very smoothly for us, the secondary. I needed extra time. And at the practical level also, we had Don Bosco as the study center. So there were no issues. They were very, very sensitized to our children. They explained it to them what was needed to be done during the practical. We were not allowed inside, parents or the teachers. We were sitting out. So practical, we just told them that these are children with special needs, our whole group. So everything went well during the secondary phase. Senior secondary, we had a different center, usually you get Kendriya Vidyalays, and we had there, and my only concession for my son was extra time, and it was economics paper, and that is the only paper which he genuinely requires extra time.
Extra time.
And he was the only child left in the whole classroom, and the teachers were getting late. There was a sir, I remember, and all the parents had left. I was waiting outside, and I could watch through the room window, and that sir was going on haggling my son that, finish fast, you're the only one sitting. So he just left. I remember 15 or 20 mark paper, he just left it and he walked out because he just could not perform, where the sir kept on coming and telling him in Marathi, move fast, move fast. So it all depends on your center. And then I later on, once my son came out, then my husband and I, we took it up very strongly with the NIOS board. We sent a lot of letters. We even tweeted about it to the PM, and we got, but once the exam is over, nothing can be done.
Done.
Luckily, my son passed, so there was no issue. And thanks, 6 months later, for mass comm and for another subject, we again got the same center, and this time we were ready to take it on. And before the paper started, that same sir was there. I remember his build, and I went and told him 6 months back, this is what happened with my son. Please don't do this again. He will take extra time. You will just be there. You don't go right in front of him and keep telling him in Marathi to do fast. He has extra time, he will do it. And I think the paper usually gets over at 5. For him, with the extra time, it was getting over around 6:15. So it used to become dark. And Kendriya Vidyalaya, we had got it, I think. Remember, Darshana? Where
Yes. It's like a lovely, it's a beautiful place to.
Navy
Yes,
Nagar, I think.
Navy Nagar. Yes.
So that man just wanted to go away fast, like late ho raha hai. So the second time I learnt my lesson, and we sat there, and he didn't disturb my son at all. So he allowed him the time. So I think somewhere you will have to fight at every stage for your child. You are going to meet such people. But now I feel more and more the outside public has been sensitized.
Yes.
They do know that, okay, these are the concessions and we do have to give it to them. So that was my personal experience.
Yeah, but I personally feel also if we go and approach the NIOS Pune board or you make some complaints in Delhi, they see to it that they turn things out. They really do that.
Yeah.
So you just don't say ki kaun sunta hai, kaun karega. No, you have to be loud and clear, and I think things do happen.
Yes.
Yes, Jaya, what were any experience that you had having concessions on paper and then in reality?
Yeah, see, for my son in 10th, it was like he was in the first batch which got the provisions, you know, first batch of students with autism who got the provisions in the state board. And then in 12th NIOS, he had appeared in 2013-14 for this 12th standard. There were no separate provisions for autism. So what was generally available, we went to another friend of mine and we had gone to Pune board. You know, we just happened to go in Pune board when he had registered, and we were guided by the director there. Like they have these relaxations in the prospectus. So seeing a certificate, he said, like my son needed the computer because he had handwriting issues, which was already given, and extra time. So, so that is, we went in for these two provisions. And later on, he used to get a different center every time. And later on, for one last paper of computer science, the whole format was changed. So when we requested for a computer and a reader, we were told that he would not get that. He can take a writer instead. So one last paper, he had a writer. So that's how it went, you know. He used to get a new center every time. Now he used to be made to sit in the computer lab where their own exams would go on probably. Or once he was made to sit in an office, you know, of the center, because they had a computer only there. That was how it was, you know, and
I
he
think
would give
things
his
have
exam
really
and come
changed,
back.
but then
Yeah.
things have really changed from then
They
and
have
today.
changed now. We have in this new guidelines for autism, a laptop is available now. So
So, and the parents can get in their laptops, right?
they can take in, but they are told to bring it 1 hour in advance, and it's, I believe it's checked in the center that no previous material is loaded in it.
Yeah.
That
But
is
then
how
it, yeah, but I think, believe at times it also so happens that sometimes you have a laptop facility and the center says you can't use a laptop.
Yes,
They-
it's all these are region specific, you know, because
Okay.
see, writers and all are things which have been there from the time the exams have started. Anything new when started, there are always apprehensions.
So I
you know,
think
from
sometimes parents also have to stay strong, saying, you know, my child is comfortable with the laptop and I have this facility on paper, so please give it, right?
Yes, so that is what our experience has been over the years, especially
Right.
many of our children with autism, they are very good in computers, they have handwriting issues. So I think every year in the last decade, every year there are at least 2 or 3 across boards, there are at least 3 or 4 students giving in the exam through the computer. We have that ratio now every year.
Okay. Viji, any of your experience in short?
Just adding to that, when you are applying for a laptop, I think you can't take a reader together. That is one thing. And one more thing is, when you give the answers on the laptop, please see to it that the printout is taken by the center. Because I have heard in a couple of cases that the child has given all the answers, but I think the printout was not taken or missed out or something, because of this the result didn't come. So he was marked absent or something like that. So when you go for especially 10th and 12th, so please be careful that your answer sheet, that you have attended the exam, you have signed the attendance sheet, and you know that those things are taken care of. Coming to Pratham, generally since now Pratham, not only Pratham, any OBE nowadays, because of right to education, mostly the OBE part is used only by special needs, mainly by special needs. Because all other, marginalized community, maybe they are going through the Right to Education Act. So mainly OBE is used by special needs. So the centers are also mostly special schools. In Mumbai, you have GIT, Prime Academy, Dabra School. So they are all generally very friendly, child friendly, and they are very supportive. There is an invigilator from Pratham coming to these centers for the exam. They are strict. They see to it that the rules all followed, but they are generally supportive. Regarding concessions, yeah, they have all the concessions for NIOS, but I would really suggest for level A, please don't go for any concessions as far as possible, because your child is only 7, 8 years old. So if the child is able to write even basic things and can calculate a bit, go for giving without any concession. Maximum if the person needs to sit beside him or something. So that's what I had done for my child also. Okay, I didn't use a calculator or writer and all like when he was in A level, but B level, like because there was a need and there was more of writing, we used it. And again, C level, there was more practical, and Darshana, she supported Aditya by being with him and being the reader. So just see to it that minimum concessions are used. The environment is supportive. So please be relaxed about it. At least for OBE, as far as I've seen, the environment is supportive. The child will become more confident if he's able to do without too much of concessions. And laptop, I think it has to be center specific, as you said, because the availability of the laptop might not be there in every center, the computer part. So please check with your agency before applying for laptop concession.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thanks, Vijay. This is a question from a parent in Chennai. How can I select a vocational subject for senior secondary, for example, typewriting, if it is not available in my state? Can I register at a different nearby state? I think this question also can be in, I think there are many parents who face it in Mumbai. Baking, if they want to do baking, or if they want to do hotel management. So these courses are not taken by all schools, or not taken by, they typically take a very same common. How do you go about with it? If I want a particular subject which is not available in my region of AI.
Who are you asking?
Any one of you all. I think I will start with you.
If it is a standalone vocational subject, like then yes, it is possible. But if it comes on any subject which comes under the, for instance, painting comes under the academic section. So you cannot, if your center is not offering painting for practical, for instance, you cannot choose it in another center.
You
But
cannot?
No, because
Okay.
painting will come under the 5 subjects, academic subjects which are being chosen,
Hmm.
or data entry operations for that matter. But if it's something like baking or typewriting, that is a standalone vocational subject. So it comes under, it is a separate registration where you register under a vocational institution. So under an AVI and not an AI. In that case, it is possible.
Okay.
But once the child has passed that subject, then again, of course, you have to apply to NIOS for the combining of mark sheets, etc.
Okay. 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 Great.
They ask for us to do home tutoring. If we choose some subject which is not offered by the AI, then we home tutor the child for that subject.
Yeah, but then
So
what about the practicals then?
No, the problem is they don't conduct the exams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The
So that is
practicals
the
and the
trouble.
exams. That is what I'm worried about. Because even studying, the parents will anyways take care of, but then they have to go somewhere.
So
and
what we used to do is, I had enrolled my son in an institute nearby where they were not taking NIOS, but he used to have these mock tests. The paper used to be set by me. Every week he would practice that. So he had exam practice in that subject. We did that additionally for him.
Okay. Yes,
I want to make a distinction here between the board exam, which the AI or the AVI conducts, and mock exams, which, for our practice. So if the AI does not offer a subject, like Chennai, for instance, if it is not offering this particular subject which the parent wants, there will be no center which conducts the board exam in practical exam for that subject. So then you cannot enroll over there.
Yes, that's what. So then if it is, so in short, if it is not there, you have to take a subject which your center is giving you. And
unfortunate, but yes.
Yeah, I know. But then still, if the parent, like how I did with my son, like in spite of doing NIOS, he was still learning his hospitality. He did a Maharashtra State Board course from another college because we had that time and no pressure of subjects. So parents can avail that facility from outside somewhere else. There's a question which has come saying that if a secondary student does not give TMA, is it fine? And how the marks will be given? I said, I believe the marks won't be given, right?
There'll be no marks for TMA, but it is fine. But the student loses out.
The 20 marks, right? And now it becomes more important because those marks are added on to if you are failing in a particular subject. Initially, it wasn't. But I think now they have made those changes, right? If I'm not wrong.
Like from her sheet, it was 26 in English,
Yeah,
and
wow.
then the TMA, even if you get a 10, one passes with a 36. But
36.
without a TMA, it remains at 26.
When my
Yes.
son had done secondary, that time we had grades ABC. That
ABC,
time
same here.
I
Same
think
here.
yeah, his was the last. Uske baad they started with marks.
Very, not very good. Yeah, they should have
Yeah,
given
and
us
more
also.
relevant in these COVID times. In these COVID times, in the last exam, the TMA marks actually
Actually
played
helped.
a very crucial role.
Yes.
No?
The only thing
For-
is you have, the moment you get the courseware, start helping your child. And I think everybody knows that here the child can't appear all the 5 subject TMAs all by himself. So it's always aided by the educator or the parents or the study centers. So it is okay, like these are bonus 20 marks that you anyways get. Okay, for secondary registration, no previous mark sheets required. Can they apply directly?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I read the question again. For secondary registration, that is a 10th standard. Oh, no previous mark sheet is required.
No.
No
No.
mark sheet.
No.
Okay, so the moment I am, what age should I be?
14.
The moment I am 14 and I have basic skills of appearing academic skills, I can start with my NIOS secondary, right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
What sort of practicals will be there in secondary level in music? What sort of practicals will be there in the secondary level?
Secondary depends. We have painting, we have data entry, and we have home science. So those 3 subjects do have practicals. Data entry is giving a paragraph to type between certain number of words.
Yes, they have a set of a question paper. Yeah.
They have a set question paper. Painting, you will get, you have it in your painting textbook itself. For practical, these are the portfolio you have to keep ready. So you'll have to have memory drawing, object drawing, a whole composition. That is the painting. And home science, it again is center specific. Certain centers ask the children to bake a cake and get it, and you have to decorate it in front of them. And first aid box is compulsory everywhere.
Yes.
Any center, they ask you to get a first aid box. And during my son's time, we had to prepare a chart
Okay.
on basic, I think, food, nutrition.
I remember Varun's time also, we had to cook food from home and then they had to go at the center and plate the whole food and tell the nutrient value of every food. And I remember they asked if something was excluded, what would be included to make the food healthier. So all these kind of, it's kind of a viva, and I believe if you can't verbally answer, they would even, they allow the child to write as well. Right, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a practical manual actually. So any exercise which comes in the practical exam is from the manual. It could be worded a little differently.
Okay.
But it is basically from the manual.
And each center gives their own this time one of our
Yes.
students in our school had to take Nimbu ka achar and go because it was there in the practical.
Yeah. And they don't get it back. Huh? So parents
they
get it
don't.
back. Yeah, you won't get anything back.
Yes, you don't get anything back.
Yeah, so then don't complain ki वापस नहीं आया. Okay, is music also a main subject offered by NIOS? Any idea?
I think
Music has, I think, been introduced in the secondary now, and it can be one of the subjects chosen. Yes.
Oh wow, lovely. Okay.
1 second, Darshana, I would
Yes.
also like to add that in like practicals of data entry or computer science or mass communications, as Jaya ma'am said, there is a manual which is available with the study centers. Plus, even the website has manual guidelines for practicals. And, there is 60 marks allotted in data entry for practicals, which is highly scoring. And in mass communications also, there are exercises at the end of the textbook for practicals. So it is one of that. The center chooses one of that. So that
the child can
students
be kept
have ample
prepared.
time for preparation for all that.
Yes, true. Yeah.
Yes,
Vijay.
Yeah, I think the PCP also gives an idea. The center, when they conduct the PCP, they give an idea about the practicals, isn't it? I'm not there.
Yeah, but now I think most of the centers, as the old centers have closed down and the new centers are coming up, they are not that well equipped or well informed with these study. So that one lag is there, which we are facing. Not all centers have these study classes nowadays. So they just randomly put, you have to go and check at the center. They'll put it on the notice board. So 1 week before 1 week or some days before your practical, and you have to go. One of the parent has to go and keep checking the notice board. So that's how normally it goes.
I would
Yes,
ask parents to actually go through the website. There are even NIOS has uploaded worksheets also for each subject and each lesson. There are these study, what are they called? Study guides, Benefa?
Study guides, yeah.
Study
Yeah,
guide.
not the ones you get in the market with question and answers.
No,
The
no, that
NIOS
is-
study guides. They are very useful, and just reading those and the textbook is enough.
I think there are even audio. There are even
Yeah,
audio
even
notes which
Audio,
are there.
they have YouTube lessons.
Yes.
They have
Even
their own
YouTube,
channels.
yes.
Yes.
They
Now
have their
all
own
that
channel.
on television, yes.
Yeah.
So they have all these things. So as parents, initially simply jumping on for concessions and subjects, I believe
Yes.
all of your, like all our speakers are continuously and they keep on saying that go through the whole website, understand the whole website. And yes, I am still telling, if you all have difficulties, write to FFA with the shortcomings that you all face, and we'll try to answer them as and when possible. But please study the website well and understand the boards and the facilities available. Saying this, there's a parent who, if homeschooling, then do we have classes or institutions like tuitions for Pratham NIOS? Jaya ma'am, I would like to start with you.
He has to have go to a school. There are no tuitions, but there are no lessons for the OBE levels. I prefer calling it the OBE rather than Pratham.
Pratham,
Because
yes.
I think we are pan India, so let's stick to OBE.
Yes.
And there are no classes for those unless they go to a school or are home tutored. NIOS also doesn't webcast those lessons. But they could explore the Swayam learning platform. There could be basic lessons in math, mathematical concepts and language and all of that. But the NIOS only has lessons for on the YouTube and other channels for the 10th and the 12th on a regular basis, daily basis.
Okay, okay. So if you're homeschooling, I believe the parent needs to be registered with one of the schools which is offering the OBE. Yes, Vijay?
Yeah, one more option is for OBE, you can have teach your child the OBE subject. You have the material you're getting from the accredited agency, and then you can you can have the study material done by the like remedial teacher itself, and they can give the TM, the internal marks also. Everything can be done by the remedial educator. If you are not going to any special school or any school, having a home tutor like remedial educator will also help with OBE preparation.
Okay. There's a
For
doubt.
anything,
Yes.
sorry, for
Yeah.
anything, whether it's the OBE or the 10th or the 12th, the moment a parent wants to go into NIOS, affiliation with a regular school or a registration with a regular school is not at all essential.
True.
One
This is
needs to
something
register
important.
with the agency for the OBE or with the NIOS directly for 10th and 12th.
12.
Yes.
Okay. There's a question which is, what if a child fails in the OBE or the OBE, whether it is A, B or C? How many times that child can appear to clear that level? Is there any limit for attempting the level? I believe in that 5 years, he can keep on attempting that paper, right?
Yes.
By the end of the 5th year, he has to again register and again start the process.
Can go to the next level.
Oh yeah,
OBE.
sorry. No, but if
Without,
the parent is adamant in clearing the level, then
Oh, no. I would take
so
The
yes,
exams
there
are
is
held once a year. The exams are held once a year. So he can just
till 5 years the child can have multiple attempts. Okay. Can a child take in subjects like data entry and computer science both together?
This is
Yes.
for the 12th.
Yeah.
I believe so. I think for the 10th.
Computer science is
Science
only in
not
the
there.
12th.
Huh,
Data
then in the
entry is
12th.
in both 10th and 12th.
Yes. So no. So
So-
then for the 12th, if I want to avail both the subjects, can I take them?
The 12th
Yes,
will
yes.
have, actually the 12th has groups. You know,
Yeah.
there's group, there are certain subjects out of which one can choose, I think, any 3, and then 2 subjects out of the groups offered. So they have to
Yes.
go through the groups and find out what it is, where computer science is being offered.
Yes.
But
And
I think it can be taken. It is only typewriting and data entry cannot be taken together. But computer science and data entry can be.
Can be
Manefa?
taken.
yes.
Yes.
They can be taken.
And also like vocational AVIs offer some computer subjects. If you're taking in the main papers, then you can't take a vocational of computer also.
Right, right.
That is also there.
Okay. Pratham A level, is a calculator allowed? yes, it is allowed, but parents, please try and understand. Don't give crutches to your children. Let the child grow age appropriately. Let the child try things. If you feel after multiple trial and multiple attempts, if the child then still can't attempt things, then avail the facilities and the concessions. Right? I believe all the three or four of you all agree with me. So
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, and at A
Absolutely.
level where it is simple counting, I think you have so many things at home, right from chanas and the pulses and the grains. Keep them, go slow and steady. You have 5 years to complete one math subject. There's no hurry, and then you can still go to the B level if you don't complete an A level. But
Uh,
don't give facilities just because they are there. Yes,
Yeah,
Jaya.
one more thing I would like to add is, at the time of procuring the provisions, like the autism spectrum covers a wide range of children, so who have different abilities. So we took in mind that and, sensitize the authorities about that. So you have a lot of provisions available. But then the assessment centers also who give the certificate, they consult the parents as well as the school, and they do the assessment, and then it is certified, of what the child specifically needs at a particular stage for a particular subject. Maybe even, he may need a writer for a subject, he may not need for another subject, he may be able to write independently. So these are decisions which you take to cross probably a hurdle of passing an exam. Focus on building the skill set. That is what is going to help your child ultimately,
Yes, and I
is what
think
I would say.
yeah, yeah, great. Okay, which Don Bosco school gives NIOS coaching for special need kids? Is it one in Matunga or Sayan? Any one of y'all?
Matunga no more, but Borivali still does.
Yeah,
I
Yes,
think.
Borivali
Borivali
still does.
does.
Yeah, and they're very good. Uh, is there any age criterion for age of a reader? My son is 16 years. Can a reader be of any age or compulsory below 16? Banai
I
Vijay?
think depends on if he's giving a secondary level, then maybe a eighth or a ninth standard.
Banai I would a bit louder, please.
If he's giving the 10th standard exam, then maybe a ninth standard child,
Okay.
a eighth or a ninth standard child.
So the reader can't be an adult. A reader
Till now, no. A reader, it all depends on the concessions.
Mm.
It
that
all
you
depends
get.
on the certificate. So if they
Okay.
ask for an adult reader, adult writer, then otherwise it has to be one class younger. Yeah, Jaya ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to add that those who do not need adult writers, and if parents are using writers or readers, to choose somebody from the 8th standard and not from the 9th, because the 9th standard are generally busy with their 10th standard classes and they don't want to give up that time. Whereas the 8th standard kid would be able to, so if you're taking 2 years and the child has just gone from the 7th to the 8th and then the 8th to the 9th, you can finish your child can finish those exams in 2 years.
Yeah.
If you take someone from the 9th, the next year you're running around looking for another writer.
Yes.
That is a better idea. Yeah. Because then
Yes,
the yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There's a parent who's asking if a daughter is 11 years now, can I register NIOS? Which level I should register? Uh, please help parents who are new to NIOS in how to start and proceed. Banaifa, could you just brief here? Basically, I think, yeah, please.
In iOS secondary, the child will have to be 14 years to register. So you decide A level is Viji third standard, OBE A level is third, OBE B level is fifth standard. So again, as Viji has just shared in her PPT the age criteria, then depending on that, depending on the level of the child, if the child is ready for B level, she can just directly register for B level. 11
Okay.
years is fine.
It's
It all
fine. Yeah.
depends on what the child is capable of doing. So it all
Okay.
depends on the child's capability. But 11 years, I think B level is fine. You have to be 12 plus for C level and 14 for NIOS secondary. So 11 years means B level is she's ready. She can
Okay.
register.
Yeah.
So that's fifth
Uh,
standard. They'll have to keep fifth standard in mind.
okay.
SSC fifth standard.
Okay. Can you share the details of bakery center for NIOS in Pune?
It is somewhere. Let me just. I'll send it to Priyanka and then maybe we can mail it.
Okay. Yes.
I'll
Yes.
just I'll
Yeah.
tell you
Again.
the name.
Viji, is Pratham the AA for Pune? There are other AA centers mentioned on the website. I thought Pratham is only for Mumbai, right?
No, Pratham is for Maharashtra. They are having in Pune also, the SAD center in Pune. That's an exam center, and I think Nagpur also. And they are saying they are in MP also. As per the website, they are there in MP as well as planning to expand in Gujarat and Rajasthan. But even in Mumbai, as Jaya ma'am said, even in Mumbai there are other centers like Jai Vakil and all, other than OBE accredited agencies, other than Pratham like Jai Vakil. Ma'am, you want to add on to it?
No, you've answered perfectly. So no.
The name of that NGO is Jan Seva NGO, jansevafoundation.org. janasevafoundation.org. I have tried their number, but thanks to the lockdown, nobody is picking up. We are still in touch. But as it is janasevafoundation.org.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So if the I think Priyanka, even if you could take a note of this from Binaifar later, and we could send it to.
Yeah.
Okay. Jaya, if you could just explain to us, if a child is availed the facility for a laptop, what are the basic requirements that the parent needs to go through, and how do we go about? Like, imagine I have got a laptop concession for my son, and what does the parent needs to do, like, before the exam, or
Yeah.
during the exam, and after
Yeah.
the exam?
Yeah, it is like the usual what we do for for any other provisions, like say a month before the exams or something, is when you have to send in an application to the regional office asking for what provisions you want for your child. He has filled in the form for these exams and these papers, and we put in a certificate, and you ask for whatever you want, your extra time, or now computer also we had asked. And then we have to the regional office generally, because of their workload and all, they usually send it only 2 or 3 days before the exam. We get the permission letter, so we have to follow up on that over phone, and if possible, through any of our contacts, they even go to the regional office in Pune and check with them. And once we get the permission letter, we show it to the center superintendent a day before or something. We get a center for our child, we go and show it to them, so that they make provision for the computer. Now presently, since laptop is available also, you have to go and show them, so that they will tell you to come the next day for maybe an hour in advance, and they will check your laptop, and they have to make provision for an invigilator also. Going beforehand always helps, because, and also the regional office speaks to them, or sometimes the center superintendent himself gets in touch with the regional office. Again, for this computer, as Vijay said, you have to take a printout. You have your regular answer sheet where you write in your seat enrollment number and all that, seat number and all that you fill, and your printout is attached to the answer sheet, and then it is submitted. So going beforehand and informing them helps, because all these things, they need to make provision, for the seating arrangement, or for some kind of supervisor over there for the child, and these things. And then they also ask the regional office how to send it and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
They tell them to
Okay.
take a printout and attach it to the answer sheet. Yeah.
Okay. Jaya ma'am, I would like you to take this answer, and maybe later Binaifar you could continue if you feel something. There's this parent who says that the child can't read and write, but when read out, he can understand and answer orally. How can we prepare for Pratham to begin with?
Actually, yes, it's very tough, but then that is the only way. They have to expose to reading. Somebody has to read out and ask questions, tape the lessons, whether it's Pratham or NIOS later on. That is the only way. Someone has to read out and ask the child questions, and then write what the child says, And then of course also tape the lessons when he goes to he or she goes to a senior class. So, the listening is always there, because it can get very taxing on any one person to read out all the time.
Hmm.
And I think Benefer or Vijay, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't there some taped lessons of NIOS on the website?
Yes, yes, there are.
I think there are, but they may not be available for the OBE level. For the 10th
Yeah,
and
so I
12th,
think
I
they are
think
interested. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are, I think she's still not started with the child as of now.
Hmm.
They haven't even mentioned the age of the child or anything as such. But then I believe, yes, they can at least start with Pratham and see how well the child moves ahead, and then take him. If not academically, then vocationally he could be
Yes.
taken ahead with. Okay.
I think listening to a lot of audio books also, whether it is to do with the exam or not, even listening to a lot of audio books gives a lot of exposure to the language.
Okay, okay, great. That is a nice idea. Okay, I have decided homeschool my child for the next few years or longer. Can my child still sit for Pratham exam when ready? Now, my question over here is, does the parent need to wait for the child to be ready or start with Pratham in the whole course of homeschooling?
I think you can start. You can just start.
No,
Jaya ma'am, yeah, you didn't get the question. Should I repeat it? Or
I got it, because see, one, I don't know how old the child is.
yeah, they haven't mentioned
Yeah,
it.
so I think any learning will happen at any age. Is what you mentioned, right?
Yeah, see, because for me, this question, can my child still sit for Pratham? Yes, of course.
Yes, of
But
course,
when
yes.
ready, like that, when ready, you don't know the time that is going to be wasted, the child's time. So for me, I was just trying to reframe
No,
the
I
question if the
assume
parent
that
is listening.
if they're homeschooling the child, they probably are following some sort of a structure, at least in terms of the basic reading, maths, and arithmetic. Reading, writing, and arithmetic. So
Yes.
they would know, there are these assessment books that you get. They could, suppose they wanted to say A level, then get a first standard book and see if your child is able to do. And then move on to the second standard, a regular school textbook or something, and see how much your child is able to do.
Yeah.
And then decide based on that.
So they need not really wait for the child to be ready and then register into Pratham. I think in the whole course of their, whatever they have planned for the homeschooling, because many parents still do homeschooling, leaving the academics, they focus on basic needs, if the child is really young. But then, like you said, they could get the books and start small experimenting
Because I
subject.
don't know what they mean by ready. Ready to pass the exam, or ready to appear for the exam, or what?
Can he still sit for Pratham exams? So
Yes.
when ready. So he could still be preparing and okay, there's another question which says, may I know what is Swayam learning platform? Yes, Jaya ma'am, could you take it?
Yes, Swayam is basically a self-learning platform where there are lessons uploaded and one goes and learns at his or her own pace. Now, I haven't gone through the platform for quite a while now, more than a year. So I don't know what new things have been uploaded. But if they go to the NIOS website, again, there's a link which will take them to Swayam.
Swayam,
You can do that.
Okay. Again, just a second, yeah. There's another question which is the best board and easiest to get concessions?
I thought we had answered
We had answered that. Oh, sorry. Because such questions, really is somewhere, I don't want to really encourage these kind of questions. So I think maybe I must have taken, okay. Want to understand more about how to proceed with regards with the child's academics. If the child is following NIOS, okay, so imagine if the child is in the secondary, I believe. So how do we proceed with regards to his academics? So keeping in NIOS, like what after NIOS? Like how do I look at NIOS as a board? Like you rightly mentioned.
Is it about the future or studying or what?
See, I believe the child is in the secondary now. And like you mentioned, the board being not very famous amongst the generation of parents. So what do I look forward to after NIOS 10th and 12th? do these children, if capable, can he sit for the common entrance exams and appear for
You have
subjects?
Jaya, whose son went to a college, Banaifer, whose kid is
Yeah,
probably
so
going to the college or
yeah, so
has started already. So
yeah, so
it's like what any other child can look forward
yeah, so Jaya and
on the
Banai,
capability.
Or
yeah,
even
if you could
Darshana
just
for that matter. Varun is also into.
Yeah.
yeah, but
So,
still, you know, like as
yeah,
speakers
yes,
and parents, like
yeah.
like
So
see, I
it's
think Banai,
basically the child's interest, what he shows, and what he's inclined towards, and what you are looking at. If the child doesn't exhibit any particular interest at that time, and you want to follow a regular course of you know graduation, BA or BCom or whatever, if you want to do higher, I would always suggest, you look at the syllabus, like of whatever the curriculum, and then your child's interest, talk to other parents who have been there before, done it, and then I think that will give you a fair idea of what to choose for your child. If your child uh, you will has not shown any particular inclination towards one thing, one area. That's
so
what I would say.
Banai, if
But
you could
generally,
tell, yeah,
from NIS, you can go on to any college. The transfer, they give a migration certificate.
college,
You can move. Yeah, in most of the states accept that,
yes,
from
yes,
NIS certificate to graduate
any
the
other
university level.
graduations,
You can
yes,
move. So
yeah, so
NIS throws open avenues for doing anything, whatever
anything,
you want.
absolutely,
And
giving you the
plus, even
time also,
vocationally, you can do a lot. It gives you a lot of time to pursue your vocational pursuits.
absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Banai, in short, could you tell us about your son, like mainstream and then NIOS, and then now what is he currently pursuing?
So see, he did his 10th from NIOS and 12th from NIOS.
Before that,
Before that, he was in a so-called normal setup till I think around 4th to 5th standard, and I realized nothing is happening. Then I homeschooled him for 1 year, and that's when we joined the school at Asmita, and it's a school for special children. And then we realized we built on his English language. So it took us 1.5 years to build all his basic skills. He was not reading otherwise till then. So we built on actual basic ABCD. We started with his reading, and then once we realize, yeah, okay, he is capable of giving a board exam, that's when we registered for NIOS and gave initial in the first year we gave all the simple subjects. When I say simple, it means the ones with the practical, where the load of theory was taken away. So we finished with the data entry and painting, because it turned out that he was good at drawing. That's when we realized that, yeah, he's a good artist. So painting and data entry were taken care of in the first year, and because he got good marks somewhere in 70s in both the subjects, that gave a lot of confidence to him that yes, I am able to do this. And then we took over the theory. So the same happened even in the 12th. I preferred to do NIOS even in the 12th, because as you said, we got time. We realized that we'll have to give him a career in fine arts. So right now he is doing BFA, that is Bachelor of Fine Arts. He's into applied arts. He's at a regular college right now. And those 2 years that we did senior secondary with the NIOS, we gave him enough time to go for private tuitions for his art. We met a sir and he coached him. And as from NIOS, he gave a CET exam. The CET was for BFA. And just let me tell you here that for the CET, concessions, nothing applies. We registered him under the disability category, but no certificate is helpful. He did not get it was a full day CET from morning till evening. They just got a break of 1 hour. I was not allowed inside the college premises at all. So I don't know what happened. Everything he did on his own. He got through the CET. It's only at the college level. Again, admissions happened on merit. Again, they had just 2 seats for children with disability, and that were taken with the person with the higher percentage. But later on, then the college supports us. Right now, the teachers, everyone supports us. He is in the Mumbai University. He's with Rachna Sansad in Mumbai. It is NIOS is absolutely recognized everywhere. Everywhere there were no issues that he's from NIOS board and the others are from HSC board. None of those issues were faced. It's just that when you pass NIOS, you get a mark sheet, you get a bona fide certificate, and you get a migration certificate.
like any other boards, right?
Like any other board, absolutely. These three were the same. And Mumbai University has a procedure where for any child who did it any other than the Maharashtra board, we had to get a certificate signed by NIOS. So that particular performer is there on NIOS website. We had to download it, fill it up, and send it to NIOS. And they wrote his name, signed, and they sent it back. That took me at least 2-3 months to go back and forth, but it came. Eventually, it came. So that was because we did it from another board other than Maharashtra. So I think everyone will have to do that. But otherwise, there were no this.
Yeah, but
Everything are
these
open.
small shortcomings are there in each and every board when you are crossing boards, because they come from different like the Delhi board or
Yes,
so
yes.
the moment you cross borders, you need that bona fide, you need the migration,
But
all that has to.
everything is, matlab, there's nowhere, because we are from NIOS, there were no discrepancies on that score at all. Admission, everything, it is absolutely valid, recognized all throughout India.
Yeah.
Even, and I think there are children now who even appear for medical CETs also. This was just an
Yes.
art. There are people who appear for medical also, and it's absolutely valid.
Medical, and even I think there's some parents who are going for computers,
Yes,
they are
yes.
appearing for that, but then they are still they are growing. So every time our batch of children sit for such exams, and then when we realize ki, okay, what is happening, so there are things happening, and parents, please be open. But all this is possible, why? Because I believe when I thought you just done jump on for the concessions right from the first, you let him grew and you let him
Yeah,
understand.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, and the right decision of taking out from the mainstream school, giving him time to learn, understand, and now he's back into the mainstream, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he's back into the mainstream. Absolutely. Yeah, right now we do have other issues, but I think they are
That
more
is always going to be there.
teenage issues rather than this, but absolutely nothing to do with the. And I feel that some of you, when you say homeschooling, believe me, it is one of the best choices that you have made. Because sometimes you as a parent itself you will know how you can teach your child.
Yeah, because 7 to 8 hours in a school, sometimes it's too much of time that is down the drains.
Yeah, sometimes it is really a good idea to homeschool, and it gives you a clear perspective as to what your child is capable of. And as
Great.
Vicky says in level A, please don't use all calculators or any concession. Just not necessary, because they are even accepting one word answers, right, Vijay, in Pratham level A. So it is really,
Yeah, one word, and
even
even
one
spelling,
word
there are no
answers are,
spelling mistakes are condoned,
yeah,
so don't worry.
yeah,
Okay, so even spellings are considered.
they're not bothered about spelling. You give the right answer, one word answer. So
And I think it's mostly MCQs. There are options up on the, with Pratham, it's more of option based, right?
Yeah, level A, yeah. There
yeah,
are many objective questions in level A.
yeah.
Great. Okay. There's a parent who wants to know ki yes, the panelists are comfortable in answering your doubts and everything even after this webinar. But then for that, you will not get their phone numbers or email IDs for that matter. You could email it to FFA and they will answer it for you. So please keep FFA's email ID with you so that it will be forwarded to the parent, whoever, and all of them will answer to you at the best of their knowledge, and it will reach back to you. There's this parent who wants to know, as currently COVID is on and there is a possibility of online, is there a possibility of online exams for secondary NIOS? And in such case, how will the practicals be taken? Benaifa, do you have any idea with the possibility of an online exam for secondary NIOS?
No,
Currently, no.
No.
no, currently no.
Nothing. As much as I know, I believe one of my students who's just got passed. That was the best thing that happened in COVID for her.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
And that was her last paper, and this was the last year. Otherwise, she had to re-register again. So she was like, "This is the best thing that could happen. Without writing, I've passed." So that is what they've done this year.
As Jaya
But
said, na, TMA, the importance of TMA was
TMA, yes.
because of the
The
TMA,
importance of
everyone has
TMA.
gone through. Yeah.
Yes. And secondly, I believe the boards are still trying to understand also how the online things, because as much as I know, the Supreme Court has said that as of now, they're focusing on taking exams of the final year students, that is the BComers, the BScs, all these people, and that is going to happen online. So we still need to wait and watch about the online NIOS. Okay. How do I renew disability certificate in this pandemic situation? Again, wait and we have anyone of you any idea about this? How to renew a disability certificate in this pandemic, Viji? Because a lot of discussion does happen in our groups. If you could just in brief help this parent out. No idea, right? Because still
I'm
hospitals, yeah, I
think
believe
they're not taking
hospital,
any appointments now.
yeah,
For
Yes.
hospitals.
but I believe
Uh,
keeping away from hospital is the best thing that we can do as of now. So getting that disability certificate renewed is not the call of the time.
So what do they mean by renew? That they have to go for the
Yes,
assessment,
yeah,
reassessment.
reassess. So that after every 5
Not
years,
right
they,
now, would not be
yeah,
advisable. Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
and I think they're not even taking
Yes, then
unless and until the child is in 10th, or maybe for that if they need to, but then still wait.
And it's also possible that just as the government has automatically renewed all driving licenses, etc., till the end of the year, without your having to appear for a test, it is my feeling that maybe even this could possibly come under that.
Okay,
Maybe the
okay,
validity might have been extended.
okay, yes, that
That's a
they have to do
possibility.
something that way.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. I believe where do I get to see the syllabus of Pratham even without registering to have an idea? So I think you can still visit the website, right? You don't need to
Yeah, you
register
don't
the
need
website.
you don't need to register. It's all there on the website, the syllabus, and few subject material for EVS and computer are there on the website. But actual Pratham study material you'll get from the Pratham agency only. That is after you register. But you can get an idea and you can start preparing by seeing the material on the NIOS website.
Okay. In case the child has cleared the 12th through NIOS, if you want to enroll that child in any mainstream graduation or vocational streams, then does the disability certificate and concession still play a role over here? Banaifer, Jaya, ma'am,
yes.
do you want me
Yeah,
to
I
repeat
mean,
the question?
if they're depending on if they're applying under the disability category, it would depend on how many students are applying for a particular course, and as Banafat said, depends on the percentages, etc.
Yeah, I believe some 3% is the, I
Yes,
think,
Yeah,
per
3%.
per
college,
But the
university.
3% is all for all
For all,
disabilities,
all
for
not
all.
just
disabilities.
autism.
Yes,
Because
Correct.
yes,
all the
yes, it's for all the disabilities. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Is Don Bosco Borobhi Center for just giving NIOS exams? No, I think it's
It's an
AI,
AI.
It's
AI.
an
Yeah.
It's an
AI for
AI, and
10th, but not
and
for 12th.
12th. Yes,
It's an AI for 10th.
but they have, it's a study center too, so they have
Yeah, it's a
ongoing
study
classes for
center
10th
for
and 12th
senior
both.
secondary. Yeah, they have
Yes.
classes, but then they come under an AI for senior secondary.
Okay. Saying this, I believe there are questions not coming in much. I wanted to, as many parents might have heard or not heard, I'm not sure, about the Maharashtra State Board Open Schooling. Like, I believe it's a year and a half, they've just declared it. But Jaya, as you mentioned, we are still trying to, right? Could you just throw some light on it?
Yeah, see, there are many things have been coming up which are all at a nascent stage, you know. So, Maharashtra State Education Board has also come up with a proposal for open schooling. So, I think last year some exam was conducted. We are not very sure. We have sought permission from them, you know, on similar lines of OB, third standard, fifth standard, and all. They have started that. So we have sought information from them, and once we get it, we'll share it with the parents via email.
A lot of states have open schools actually. Madhya Pradesh has, Rajasthan has, Karnataka has. A lot of them have, and it is in lines with the NIOS.
Okay, okay. There's a parent who wants to know, how do you manage to bridge the gap as homeschooling students don't get to socialize like the mainstream students? Some ideas would be appreciated.
One of the
Banaifer,
parents.
Jaya,
Banaifer.
ma'am.
Yeah, I think if the
Yeah.
child is going for some kind of therapies and also friends formed in those circles, you could start out with that, or with building friends, you know. You could start out at a small level from there. Of course, in these times, it may be difficult, but in these times also online with whomever you know, friends whom you all have gone together for therapies, online, there can be small interactions, I feel, you know.
Yeah. I believe, yeah. See, even the hobby classes, like you all have swimming classes, then some children are attending physical exercises. There are many
Yes.
children going for
Sports and
skating.
art and
So,
all.
yeah.
Yeah.
And to a
Music.
certain limit, most of our children, I think you leave the option of socializing onto them. They gradually get prepared. First, they have to accept the crowd, then they will accept one person in the crowd, and then they gradually grow. So, I believe, right, Benaifer, if I'm not wrong, yeah. So, having
Wait.
friends, or it's a gradual process. So once the child gets to know himself by homeschooling, like you said, the time spent with the child as a parent and the child grow, I think eventually the child will start extending his boundaries to other people outside the home scenario also. uh, Vijay, I want this question to be answered if by you, because this parent, oh, I missed it. Okay. Just a second here. My child has a lot of visual steaming and wants continuously to play with ropes or threads. Which is an NIOS based school, or what better option? I don't know where the parent is from, but with your experience with where Aditya goes to, could you just share a little bit?
Yeah, means our children, most of them have behavior issues. So like if you are looking at the education part, like she's asking about which board to go
No,
for.
no, she wants which NIOS center. The child has these kind of behavioral issues, playing with threads and stuff. So, which center, which school would be recommended, or what, like, which is
Yeah,
the closest? Now,
yeah,
we don't know where she is from, but if you know any center who is child friendly with such kind of, with playing with threads, or maybe something of that sort.
yeah. Actually, we have quite a few schools in Bombay. My son was going to Yeshodam, like the GAT Counseling Center, which is very supportive center in terms of the behavior issues and all are managed. They have in-house. They have therapies also over there. They have classroom set up with children of different disabilities. Even the other special schools, where you have a mingling of different disabilities within a small setup. If you have like less number of children in the class, with more attention to each child, I think such classrooms will help the child. Even if there are behavior issues, they'll be supported. In some schools, they allow a shadow teacher also to be with the child. And as far as the education is concerned, like if the child is giving exam and if they are having some behavior issues, a person or prompter or reader who is sitting with the child, they can be like, you can have all these mock tests with the reader, and then you can tell the reader how to manage the child during the exam. Like sometimes any play or visual issues here, so maybe something like that will give them the visual inputs. You can give them so that the child is calm during the session. And you
Yes.
can help the reader or the writer to understand the child and manage the child's behavior during the exam or during the sessions also. That way you can help. So just because the child is having behavior issue doesn't mean that they cannot go for any exam or that way. Yeah, GIT Counseling Center is a good setup, and there are many other setups in Mumbai which are very supportive of behavior issues. Even Asmita Center of Vinay for works. We can give you a list. Like Sapling was very good. Like now she said she's not there.
Yes, it was so good. I don't know why they closed.
That's another webinar now.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would just like to add on to what Vijay said, that how in an exam situation, a writer or a reader would be able to help. So even this SAIEDs, what Benaifer had mentioned about Ali Awarjang, they have special educators there who would be invigilators during the exam, so they know how best to calm down a child. And plus all these provisions which are given for autism specific ones which have been given, they have been framed based on experiences of parents beforehand. The example that Benaifer said about one of the invigilators hurrying up the child, I've heard another parent say also that during the extra time, the helper went about shutting the windows, which again disturbed the child. So all these, there are now, we will be sharing these via email, the new provisions made. There are break times are being offered for the children because many of them need movement. For a 3-hour or 4-hour paper, after answering 2 questions, they can take a break for 5 minutes. Maximum of 10 minutes is given. Or with a special application, one of the caregivers can be present in the room, but it is only for motivational purpose. These are just to ensure that some sensory issue or some, there may be a lot of heat. They go to new centers. All these to be avoided, all these provisions. Now, a variety of these provisions does not mean that you can avail each and every one. Again, it is at your discretion. The ultimate aim should be to make your child self-sufficient. Only where there's a hurdle, you use the concession. That
Use
is the
the
bottom line.
concessions.
Yeah.
Yes, agree. Well, before, I know we have, I'll be soon sharing the poll though, but there's a comment which a parent, and I want all of you all to listen to it. Thank you so much for such valuable information. You have lifted a huge weight off my mind regarding my son's future. We will focus more on learning now and work on his skills and his strengths. Wow.
That's
This
great.
message,
That is
yeah,
what
it
we want.
really makes it a
Yeah.
2 hours well spent.
Yes.
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 Because that's the whole idea. Because see, Jaya, Banaifer, or including me, we are all NIOS products. We started with Varun, we started with the IGCSE board, which is still a scary thing because English comprehension was a way higher. But today, and with NIOS, we did 10th. With the 10th, while his 12th was going on, I remember we did a Maharashtra State Board vocational course with cooking baking, which also gave you a job then. And that is done after 10th. But then because looking at his skills, the college was like, if he's going to do his 12th, we'll keep a seat for him for his, so they were ready to have him, and it's a mainstream college. So see, if you are ready to face the consequences and be there, there are people out there to hold your hand. So NIOS is not stopping you from taking careers ahead or going ahead. But then again, saying that the concessions which you avail for the child, let the child grow first. So all these concessions that we spoke about is available, but then again, like Jaya ma'am said, it could change. And imagine if it changes, and if your child is used to a particular concession, it's going to be again difficult. So then now the boards are not making your child's future difficult, but the concessions that you'll avail sometimes make it difficult. Right, Jaya ma'am?
Right.
Yeah. So
I
the
would
things
say
are,
that just expose or the children to as many activities as possible, if not outside, then at home. And then they just pick up from there. And then something there will click and they can move on.
yes,
And
something
language,
clicks.
a lot of
Absolutely.
language skills becomes very important because it's useful across board.
Yes. I
Absolutely.
would just like to add on this. See, previously we had
Jaya, just a
yes,
second. Jaya,
yes.
just excuse me.
Yeah,
I am just running a poll for the parents to give their feedback, and then you can continue
yeah,
talking.
no
So
problem.
parents,
No, yeah,
please
carry on.
put your votes for the poll. Nini, you
Yeah.
can start. I've started the poll. You can start talking.
Yeah, I would just like to add on that previously there was the 10th was a criterion for higher studies. Now with so many new options coming up, the new education policy, where vocational subjects are being offered even at younger classes and all. So as Jaya ma'am and all the panelists have been saying, let your child just grow and focus on the skill sets and the normal development and all, and uh, your child will lead you on to what he wants, and you take it further from there. There are
Very
lots of
rightly said,
options,
Jaya.
and all our young adults, many of us are doing a lot of things in many schemes. When we started out 2 decades back, we had a lot of uncertainties with lesser awareness and lesser provisions. But now I think things are better. The only thing, again, as Jaya ma'am and the others pointed out, things keep evolving. It's very dynamic. The people at the different offices also, they keep changing. The curriculums, everything keeps changing. But as long as we have the support of other parents and our professionals, and we
Absolutely.
work together towards the betterment of the child, it will work wonders. So I
Yeah.
just want everyone to have that hope and carry on.
Yes, and another, there's a parent who shared a bitter experience which she had, saying that I believe all of us over here had our part of bad experiences. Like if I would like to share mine, I remember Varun in his higher secondary, if I'm not mistaken, was marked absent for his data entry paper, right? Vinayfar, you remember that?
Yes.
And I had couriered to them everything, but then it still got unanswered. But then the best thing what Varun learned over there, it is okay because I was marked absent because he's never failed or never repeated a year though. So I was worried how he is going to accept it, and he accepted it very well. He again studied and he again appeared. So in spite the paper, see, because the board is in Delhi, all your paperwork and everything is posted to Delhi. Pune is just a mediator. And another thing which I always remember doing is, and I keep telling the parents and even others, keep visiting your AIs. Be friendly with your coordinator at AI, because they are the people who really go out their way and help you.
Yes.
And even Pune, I believe every time, like I normally play prank over it saying ki I have not visited the Ganpati temple at Pune, how much I have visited the NIOS office. So you know those people in and out. So if like parents, you have to be that, because Pune from Mumbai is not that far. So all you need to do is go by bus and come back by evening, but then you be in touch. And even the bitter experiences, Viji, I remember we had gone as a team, remember, through the forum for asking some concessions or something to NIOS. So all these bitter experiences, parents, if you are feeling alone, remember that FFA as a parent group is always there to support you. So we are never lonely. Like Jaya said, the parent support group plays such a vital role over here. So any help needed, FFA will always be there to support you and talk on behalf of you as a team. Saying that, Vijay, I would like to conclude with you saying ki, more than concluding, what are your plans for Aditya now as he is in Pratham now? What do you look ahead? Because there are many younger parents where, okay, NIOS hai. What are you thinking?
Yeah, actually now Aditya has cleared level C, so I've registered for him for 10th standard at Aliyavar Jam. And Aliyavar is only for the secondary, and they're very supportive. Right now, I have started like with data entry, painting, and English, home science, and I've actually put music as well as economics, because I think this music which has come up, Hindustani music as well as Carnatic music, they've added. That will have more practical. I won't say he's very good singer, but then I feel he will enjoy learning music rather than economics or accountancy. So I have put music as a subject, provided I get that AI, my center is supporting that subject and they provide that subject, then I will go for that. So that way I feel NIOS has many practical subjects and they are evolving continuously and they are taking feedback and updating. And so I think we should, I'm very comfortable, I'm very happy that I've taken this Aliyavar center, and the person over there, Mrs. Swanan sir, is very supportive. And yeah, that is what I'm looking forward to. Then maybe 12th, again 12th, Aliyavar is not a center for 12th. So that I will see to it when I get, but I want to take more vocational subjects for my son, which he likes and he learns, and even teaching him, even making him do his portfolio with him, I am enjoying myself. I am sure that I would not have enjoyed it if I had taken some other subject, economics, accountancy, and like I am learning painting along with him. I must say that. So that way, NIOS is a boon for such vocational related learners. And one more thing I would say is, like, if you take concessions of writer, the adult writer, then they should not have studied the same subject as your child, with the subject with the child is giving. So please be careful about that. If you're giving a science stream subject, the adult writer should be from some other stream.
Yes, that is something which the parents need to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the concessions we get at the very end. Yeah.
Right. There's another question, which is, I just suppose a child clears 10th, later pursues vocational course. Is there a scope for him to learn through Swayam? Jaya ma'am?
Yeah, see, Swayam is, like I said, it is a self-learning platform. So one can keep, it's like the open courseware which is uploaded everywhere. It is like that. So he or she can just keep learning. But you don't appear for exams. Swayam will not give you a certificate for learning. That's what. So if they're looking for certification, then no.
Great. Saying that, wow, the 2 hours have ended, and I can't really I can't be enough thanking you all for coming out over here. The data which you all have accumulated was like, I can still understand how difficult it must have been, Banaifer, Vijay, Jaya ma'am. Like, I still, like, it was an enjoyable episode for last 2 weeks, sharing of information and brainstorming and trying to find things out. And all the thank you for the parents. I'm just standing out back to you saying all the parents are so happy. And yes, again saying that on their behalf, I'm requesting you all that the questions which reach FFA will be posted to you all, will be emailed to you all, and at your disposal, please answer back so that we can send it back to them. Saying this, parents, thank you. This webinar is also going to be uploaded on YouTube, about which would be on our WhatsApp groups. The link will be posted up over there. The parents who are registered for this webinar, the slideshows and everything will be reaching out to y'all. If y'all still have doubts after y'all get the matter in your hand, if you're after getting material, if y'all still have if y'all still have doubts, please feel free to contact back FFA. Saying that, I would like to thank Jaya ma'am, Viji and Banaiper. Thank you very much for giving these 2 hours and valuable information. Jaya ma'am, hoping to meet you again with some other webinar like this, a good interaction. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you parents for being there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks.